Imagine this. You're standing in the middle of a gallery, but it's not filled with paintings or photos. It's filled with everything that you've ever created. Maybe a birthday card you spent extra time on, a playlist that got someone through a breakup, a conversation that you navigated with grace, a contraption that you rigged together just to solve a problem in your home. What if those creations weren't just memories? What if they were messages? Bridges between the you of the past and the you of today, and maybe even bridges to the you haven't met yet, and sometimes bridges to someone else entirely. Because when we create, we don't just express, we connect across time, across versions of ourselves, across souls. Hey, I'm April Quast, the breath artist. I use art, breathwork, and imagination to help passionate women reconnect with their inner compass and build a life rooted in creative clarity, courage, and worth. In this video, I want to offer a new way to experience creativity as a thread that moves through your entire life. It holds your insight, your energy, and your expression, and it weaves moments into meaning that connects every version of who you are. Every time you create, you're offering a piece of truth. You're making something that holds your essence and that has the power to reach others too. So a little story, I used to kind of dread art shows. The heavy lifting, the long days, there were bins to carry, walls to set up, hours of just standing around hoping that someone would stop, feel something, and connect with what I made. I still don't love the lifting and the waiting, but now when I spend the day in my booth, I love the opportunity to be surrounded by what feels like a living timeline. My work is more than a display, it's a collection of energy, of evolution and experience. I can trace the seasons of my life by what's hanging on the walls. The bold, fiery years when I was reclaiming my body after having children, the soft, airy palettes when I was learning how to breathe again, the swirling lines, the abstract yoga, poses from the years that I was using my art to understand how beauty showed up for me and where I still have space to find it. Each canvas has a different voice. Some feel like they were painted by a woman learning to let go, others by someone learning to take up space. And that's what it really hit me. My art isn't just what I've made. It's where I hold who I've been. It's how I see the parts of me that still live here, the mother, the artist, the seeker, the girl who loved color before she learned to doubt it. And sometimes it's where I meet a new version of myself, one I didn't even know I was becoming. The more I sit with my work and really sit with it, the more I see how it holds every version of me. Less in a nostalgic way and more in an energetic living way. There are pieces that carry the weight of old questions, pieces that remember joy I had forgotten, pieces that still hum with the pace I was living at. Some of them calm, some of them frantic, some of them cracked open in a really beautiful way. And here's what I've come to believe. Art bridges time. It connects the me I used to be to the me I'm still growing into. It connects the things that used to grab my attention with the new things that ask for it now. It allows the parts of myself to speak to one another across time, across roles, across seasons. The girl who dared to dance with color before she knew it was really coming from inside of her. The woman who painted to open herself up. Each creation is a thread, and when I get to follow it, I get to remember who I've been while also witnessing who I'm still discovering. I get to talk to a lot of people at my art shows, and it's pretty common for people to walk into my booth and tell me that they're not creative. But I don't think that's ever really true. I think we just forget what creating looks like sometimes, and it's not always a painting or a poem. Sometimes it's as simple as making the space for someone to sit down and join you at your table. The way you open your posture, you move a bag to the side and ask somebody to sit down, and you ask them how their day was. Creating is very much about taking a feeling or a thought and making it tangible. And often it's not a product. A lot of time what we're creating is an energy. It's a physical space. It's a warm facial expression. It's an unspoken invitation. None of that is an object you can hold or a product that's produced. It's like I'm creating a moment before anyone else even steps into it. And it doesn't have to be art on the walls. And what I'm creating and what you're creating is about what the room feels like. It's the way that people soften. It's the way that something says, you're safe here, you're welcome. And that's the kind of creativity we don't always recognize, but it's super powerful. It's alive and it's yours. Your creation is more than just a bridge between versions of you. It becomes a message, a story, one that someone else has been waiting to hear, maybe even for years, because we all take truth differently. Some messages miss us at first 100 times, but said in a certain way, through a certain voice, at a specific moment, it finally lands. And sometimes the voice is yours. And sometimes your way of expressing something through your story, a color, a gesture, a breath, it's out there in a way that someone finally needs to feel it to receive it. And that's the magic of creativity. It doesn't always shout. It doesn't always arrive in a beautiful package. It often arrives gently through a moment you didn't even think would matter, but it really does. Because creating doesn't just reconnect you with yourself, it connects you to someone else. Someone who specifically needed what you made, the way you made it. If you're someone who's ready to explore who you've been and open up space for who you're still becoming, I created something that might support this journey. It's called High Heels and Wings. It's a free guide, and it's for reflecting all of the I am stories that shape you and gently reshaping the ones that no longer fit. It's where identity meets imagination, and it's where your reflection can become flight. I want you to create. I want you to remember the truth that has always been yours, and I want you to bridge between gaps of time and space with the things that come deeply from you. And so whether you download High Heels and Wings or not, I hope you walk away from this video feeling more connected with who you are and the way that your creations are carrying meaning. You don't need to be louder or more polished. You just need to trust that your way of creating is enough. Thank you so much for joining me on this channel. Please like, share, subscribe. It helps me out and it keeps us growing.